I finally got a software engineering job. Well, it's an internship, but I did get one, and I thought I would take you guys through my journey to do so. Even though it was full of L's, I'm sure this video is either going to be useful or entertaining or both. Last year when I applied to internships, I applied as a freshman and applied to over 200 companies and got 3 offers. This year I applied as a junior because I realized I could graduate in 3 years, and I thought that I would be drowning in interviews because I was a junior now and I had an internship under my belt. It didn't work out exactly like this, but I did get more interviews and I applied to far less companies, so let's talk about how it went. I've been lead coding a little bit in April and May, so I started applying to internships in June as soon as companies started opening up their positions. I was applying to everything that I saw on the internet, everything on the PitCSE GitHub repository, everything on LinkedIn, everything on Indeed. If it was a job that had the name software engineer, I was applying to it because I really needed one. I got my first interview at a quantitative trading firm called Acuna Capital pretty quickly, and it was for 2 separate roles, one for a quantitative developer and then one as a Python software engineer. Both of these I felt pretty good about going into because I was doing well in lead code, I was confident in my problem solving abilities, but as soon as I entered that Zoom call, I fell flat on my face, forgot everything I'd learned, and probably fumbled the easiest question that I could have ever gotten. That's all you really need to know, and that's all I remember because I think I've repressed that memory. Still, I didn't let that bring me down, and I continued to spam applications. Soon after, I got an interview at DB Shaw, and I passed the phone round pretty easily. It was just a very chill conversation with somebody that worked there, and then going into the technical interview that was supposed to be 3 consecutive rounds, I felt pretty good because again, I thought it was going to be a lead code style interview, and then I walked in, it was system design, I flopped, fell on my face, and took another L, but that's okay, we keep moving. All throughout, I was still applying to a bunch of different companies and just going through online coding assessment after online coding assessment, and I thought I was doing excellent in all of these, like either getting all the test cases or missing just 1 or 2, but I didn't end up getting that many callbacks. I did receive some though, one from Capital One and one from Company Z. I won't mention Company Z by name because I'm going to be working for them this summer and I don't want my YouTube channel to be linked to my employer, but if you wanted to find out who I'm working for, just look me up on LinkedIn. It's not that hard, just do it after this video. Before I had those interviews, I did an interview with Intuit on a platform called Carrot. It was a technical interview, very basic lead code style stuff. I thought I did really well, but it took them forever to follow up. I did the interview in July and they followed up in October asking if I was interested in continuing the process. No, I was not. Anyways, back to the main plot. I got the interview request from Capital One first and scheduled it for around mid-August. Then a week before the interview, I got an email from Company Z saying that that's when my interview would be as well. Capital One would be from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. and Company Z would be from 12 p.m. to 12:45 p.m. I had no breaks in between the interviews and neither company was able to reschedule, so I just sucked it up and started to prepare myself mentally for the grind that was going to be Interview Day. The Capital One interview process was honestly pretty chill and a lot easier than the other companies I applied to. It consisted of 3 rounds, one that was behavioral, one that was a lead code / technical interview, one that was a business case study, and they were all very chill. I felt really confident. I'd learned from my past mistakes, and I think I aced the interview, but I had no time to gloat. I had to immediately swap into the Zoom meeting for Company Z. Company Z's interview was supposed to be a 45-minute technical interview, but we spent the first 30 minutes just talking about random tech that we were excited about, and then the last 15 minutes doing a weird question about Python and pandas data frames that I didn't expect. I thought it was going to be lead code, but I did fine, and I felt pretty good as soon as I left that Zoom meeting, and then I just took the rest of the day off to chill. The next day, I got offers from both companies and felt great. They both paid the same, more than triple what I was earning last summer as a software engineering intern, and I was super excited. This was August 18th, just a few days before I moved into my college dorm, so I took a few weeks off from the grind to just relax and enjoy my life, and as the offer deadlines approached, I accepted Company Z's offer and kind of declined all the other interview requests I was getting because none of them interested me as much as Company Z, and I knew that they probably wouldn't be as good of opportunities. So what actually helped me succeed in my internship process so quickly? I mean, it only took me from July to August. How did that happen? As far as I can tell, this is what got me the interviews and then the offers. Getting the interviews probably a combination of the fact that I go to a pretty good school for computer science, had a few side projects, had a previous internship, and I also like to think my online presence contributed to this because I put it on my resume and some of my interviewers did ask me about it, but who knows. Also for Company Z, I did apply with a referral, and I think you should apply with the referral as well to as many companies as you can. It'll probably help you out a lot. I didn't apply to any of the other companies with the referral though. Also, I started applying really early. Basically, as soon as job openings started opening up, I just started spamming apply. The second they opened, I was applying. I was checking every day, kind of obsessively, maybe not healthy, but if you think your lead code skills are in a pretty good space pretty early on, then just start applying early. It's going to increase your odds because you're going to move through their indoor tunnels or pipelines or recruiting pipelines, whatever. You're going to move through those a lot faster. I passed interviews because I prepped for what the interview would cover, and I also had experience under my belt, either from mock interviews or real interviews. I failed the Acuna Capital interview because I just intentionally threw. I knew exactly what to do, but my brain just wasn't working. I failed the DE Shaw interview because I didn't know what system design was and I hadn't adequately prepared. These are all valuable lessons that I hope I will keep in mind when it's time for new grad recruiting this year. I'd be lying if I said luck doesn't play a slight role in this, but if you apply early, have a good resume, and are just good at lead coding, you can probably get an internship pretty quickly. That is a unique thing nobody's ever said before. Don't tell me otherwise or I will get mad at you. Anyways, I will be in San Francisco for the summer, so if you have any content ideas for that, let me know in the comments, DM me on Twitter, or just at me on Twitter at SidCodes. Leave something in my Discord server, link in the description down below, or just talk to me wherever you find me on the streets. I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe. It would help me and the channel out a ton. And YouTube is telling you to go watch this video, so I think you should do that. Their AI systems are really, really good. Peace out.